Now, what you've got to do is put your hands on your hips, and we just want you, first of all, to lean backwards. So lean backwards and push backwards 10 times. So 1, 2, come on, lean backwards, push those hips out. 3, 4, out and back. Last one in the sea!
25 years ago, Spain was invaded by holidaymakers in their millions. They came for the sun, the sea and the sand.
Jokers! 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 Jokers!
Turn backwards that way!
I don't think anyone could foresee 25 years ago that Benidorm was going to develop as because it's not a village anymore. Benidorm is a holiday town, and I mean we have to accept the fact that this is what it is and this is what we have.
Benidorm is Spain's biggest and most popular resort. Nearly 4 million holidaymakers came here last year. 1 million of them were British.
Benidorm was a very tiny little fishing village with a few hotels, very small, and it was something which I suppose you could consider a bit an spoil. It's been a holiday sort of resort for locals for the past a good 50 years.
But when the foreign tour operators discovered Spain in the late 60s, Benidorm's coastline changed overnight. Spain's dictator, General Franco, sacrificed Spain's beaches for tourism. It brought much-needed foreign investment to the flagging economy. Spain was the ideal place to develop the package holiday industry. The climate was perfect, the cost of living was low, and it was quick to fly to on the new charter airlines. For the first time, millions of ordinary people could afford a foreign holiday. Benidorm tried to plan for the tourist invasion. It built wide streets on a New York-style grid system. But the tourist boom created a building bonanza. Spanish landowners built up to get more rooms per acre. A hodgepodge of hotels financed by foreign tour operators soon covered the beachfront.
The tour operators could foresee things to happen, and they came here and they started, I would say in a way, provoking the locals to develop the establishments that you nowadays find. And at the beginning, it also, the locals used to get help from the tour operators. Tour operators will say, I like this spot, why don't you build an hotel here? And those days, you could get help, number one, from the tour operator who wanted an establishment to be built there, and also you could get help from the central government.
As prices continued to fall, more people than ever before went abroad on a package holiday. Oh, it were perfect in Benidorm, say Jean and Valerie. Only £35 for a 2-week holiday.
A lot of the people that were coming then were actually coming to really superior accommodation to which they were accustomed to at home. Even at that point, even in the early 70s and late 60s, a lot of people did not have inside toilet facilities. And you know, imagine what a luxury to suddenly arrive on holiday here and find you've got an ensuite bathroom and toilet.
Britain was booming. More people than ever before had leisure and money to spend. For the same price as a holiday in Blackpool, people could go to sunny Benidorm.
2, 3, go!
It's obviously brought a whole new segment of people who'd never really experienced a foreign package holiday before. They stayed in tour operator accommodation, and they were looked after by British people whilst they're on holiday. Come sort of the early 70s to mid-70s, certainly the British stamp was there.
Benidorm was well and truly colonised by the British. In 1975, 4.5 million of them took a package to Spain. British business made Benidorm a home from home, with fish and chips and English sausages.
In Spain, there are probably an infinite variety of Spanish sausages. However, only the British sausage will suffice. A local company here have actually established themselves as one of the largest meat exporters into Spain, purely through importing British sausage and bacon over the last 20 years in Benidorm. And it's a very, very big business now.
So what did the Spanish think of the British visitors?
All people that were used to have a very quiet and tranquil sort of place, all of a sudden they found a bit more noise, and it was a bit more, the roads were crampy, and they were seeing all these nice girls with bikinis, and some of them had little shocks. All locals, they became disrupted with all this mass of tourists, and then you have the business people that found, well, they realized it was a good way of income, and that we could develop the area into something which was profitable.
Undeveloped land like this became worth millions as building plots for new hotels. Today, Benidorm has over 100 millionaires.
As soon as tourism started, certainly Benidorm became very attractive, not only for some of the locals, but also for the surrounding areas. And we had quite a number of people come in here to work.
Only 20 minutes out of Benidorm, the hill village of Rayu seems untouched by the tourist invasion. But the traditional peasant lifestyle is dying out. The villagers can no longer survive by farming almonds and olives. Young people have to move away to look for work, and many of them go to Benidorm. But some return to visit and help their relatives with the almond harvest. Juan Quiles works in a restaurant in Benidorm.
Los jóvenes de estos pueblos han ido a ciudades y Benidorm, por ejemplo, para encontrar trabajo.
Sí, muchos, la mayoría.
Muchos. ¿Por qué?
Por lo que te he dicho, la tierra, que ya no quieren trabajarla porque no da para vivir.
Y en cambio, ¿qué encuentran en las ciudades?
Pues otros trabajos que sí que les pueden permitir vivir bien.
¿Y además trabajan en turismo también mucho o no?
Sí, la mayoría muchas veces sí.
¿Me lo puede decir?
De camareros también, discotecas, o sea, en todos los sitios donde pueden. Donde pueden.
When Isidro Martinez was growing up in Benidorm, his family struggled to survive from fishing. Isidro was the first generation to find work in the new hotels.
My family, they go to fish at the Bahia, here, where we are. And another ones, my uncles maybe, they go out of Benidorm to fishing in the Almadrabas, because the Bahia is too small for many people fishing. Now they work in the hotels or bar. That is the work we do all the more people in Benidorm. I work also in one hotel all my life.
But it's not just people from Benidorm that work in tourism. Many travel from all over Spain to get a job. Loli Pereja came when she was just 14.